Hi everyone, my name's Figgin, and this is the next Stream School video. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how you can set up OBS for your first broadcast, how to set up YouTube streams, and how to set up your video camera. Let's start with the initial OBS setup. First, you need to download and install the software. You can find the link in the accompanying article, and thus we begin. Start the executable file. Choose the installation folder. Tick all the checkboxes to install all the tools, which we may need later, and after a short installation process, run the software. You'll see a window like this. First, we open the File menu and go to Settings. In the General category, we can select the language needed and change the theme of the application. Here, you can select any variant you like. It won't affect anything except how it looks. In the Stream tab, you can choose a service that you want to stream to. Tick the Show All Services checkbox. Open the drop-down menu, and you'll see a list of several dozen platforms where we can stream our created content. It doesn't matter what service we choose, it's more likely that we'll have to enter a stream key only. It's a unique key assigned to your broadcasts by a platform, which you use for streaming. We'll talk about it later. Now let's choose YouTube, Primary, YouTube Ingest Server, and go to the next tab. The Output tab is used for setting the parameters of the stream that will be broadcast live or to our hard drive, depending on what we choose. Activate the Advanced mode, but don't touch the audio settings. Take a look at the first box, Streaming. Open the Encoder menu. It has the following options to choose. Primary Codec X264 is a software encoder that mostly uses the resources of our computer. To be more precise, CPU and RAM, and other hardware encoders that use the resources of your video card. What encoder should you choose? It's not a philosophical question, but let's figure this out. As we've already mentioned, our task is to stream a picture at maximum quality. Therefore, if your video card runs the game at ultra settings and 60 FPS without any trouble, use the hardware encoder. If our video card can't run ultra settings, the CPU load is less than 50%, and you have 2 to 3 gigabytes of RAM, choose the software encoder X264. If you experience problems with both the video card and CPU, then you'll need to experiment with the most suitable encoder. Or you can buy a simple capture card that now costs around $80 to $100 US. That's all for the encoder. Let's continue. Bitrate. Here we select the passband that our stream is going to output. Regardless of the platform, always choose CBR, constant bitrate. Why? It will take too long to explain, but this is related to specific features of the global internet. Next, we need to enter the value of the passband in kilobytes that we're going to output live per second. 10 megabytes is enough for a full HD video, a video with a 1920 by 1080 resolution and 60 frames per second. I usually set this value to 15 to be sure and because I can. Moreover, the modern home internet connection allows us to set this without any issues. The lower the bitrate is, the lower the quality of our picture. At some crucial moments, our picture may even break down into a pixelated blur. Set keyframe interval to 2 seconds. It'll take a lot of time to explain what it is, and this information isn't useful for you, at least for now. Set it to 2 seconds and just relax. There's nothing else interesting on this tab for now. Now we continue with the Recording tab. Here we have the local recording settings. Select the recording path where your files will be saved. There's an important issue here. There should be no Cyrillic symbols in the recording path, otherwise the software will result in an error. Next, we select a desired recording format. I usually create local videos in the MPEG-4 format, but this is just a matter of personal preference. The Audio tab. I assume that your rig has a single audio card by default and a single microphone. It's more likely that the microphone is connected to the audio card, or the microphone is a part of your headset. If there are several devices like that, choose the required one from the drop-down list and leave sample rate as it is by default, 44 kHz. The Video tab. I hope that your monitor is capable of providing a full HD image, which we mentioned earlier. If so, leave the resolution unchanged. If not, well, it's not crucial at all. The most important thing, the base and the output resolution should be the same. Our video cards don't need to process any additional work by scaling the resolution. Common FPS values. Choose 60. If your rig can't handle that, choose 30. And if your rig is pretty old, you can stream at 24 frames per second. That's all here. Now let's proceed to the hotkeys. For starters, we'll assign a single shortcut that will allow us to turn the mic on and off quickly. It'll come in handy when you need to sneeze whilst live. The advanced settings. Now we're interested in just a single option here, process priority. If you're experiencing freezing and lag on your stream, you may try increasing the process priority. It might help. But this option is relevant only when we slightly lack the computer resources. That's all for the settings. Click the OK button, and now we're going to learn how to capture the game screen. Run the game by clicking on the Warships. After the game loads, press Alt plus Tab to get to OBS and start assembling a scene. Click on the plus symbol and enter a name. Let's use My First Scene. Now we need to add sources to the scene. These sources are used to assemble our picture. Naturally, one of the sources is our game. Click plus, then Game Capture, and then select a source, WOWs. Then select the window capture mode and choose World of Warships from the windows that appeared. Click OK. Return to the game. Push Alt plus Tab one more time to hide the game. If we see a static picture, then we've done everything right. If we want the in-game picture to be dynamic, when we hide the game by pressing Alt plus Tab, we need to choose the full screen window mode in the graphics settings. What else do we need to add to the scene? For example, a logo of our channel and a YouTube chat. It's very easy to add a logo. Click plus in the sources box again. Choose image. Give it a name, for example, channel logo. Then we find an image on our hard drive. Click OK and put it in the required spot with the desired dimensions. You can click on the locks close to the corresponding sources so you won't move the image accidentally. We'll explain how to output the chat live in the accompanying article, because it's an unusual process that can be done in several ways. That's it. Now we're ready to go live. But our streaming platform isn't ready yet. Let's talk about that now. Now we're opening our YouTube page and going to Create a Studio. We choose Live Streaming and Stream Now. Here we enter a video name. I'll choose something original like My First Stream. And here we'll write a description for our video, who we are and what this video is about. We choose the gaming category. First, we type the name of the game, and then select World of Warships in the drop-down menu. That will help our broadcast be found by the search engine. Confidentiality determines who will be able to watch your broadcast. Public is for everyone. Unlisted for people who received a link to the video. Private is only for people that you have allowed to watch the video. Next, if we want to change a thumbnail, click Change and choose the desired picture. Click OK. What else do we need? The stream key that we mentioned earlier. Here it is. You need to copy and paste it into the corresponding OBS field. Let's do that right now. You should never show this key to anyone, because anyone who acquires this key can easily stream on your channel. The final settings have been entered, and we're ready to go live. Click the Go Live Now button, and you'll be live in a couple of seconds. Everything's perfect. Congratulations on your first live broadcast. Now you're ready to continue creating your brilliant content on your own. To finish, I want to tell you a little about choosing and connecting a video camera. Sometimes it can be much more interesting to watch a streamer's face during a broadcast than a game they're playing. That's why you can and need to show yourself on the stream. But for this purpose, you'll need to have a decent video camera capable of outputting an image of at least 720p. For instance, I can suggest the Logitech HD C270, which costs around $25 on Amazon at the moment. While using a video camera, you need to watch your behavior on the stream. For example, it's not a good idea to jump around half naked or pick your nose. But who knows? Maybe you'll make this a primary feature of your broadcasts. You also need to light your workplace so you can be seen clearly. And it's better for a source of light to be located behind or beside the camera. It's quite natural that viewers will see everything at your workplace. Therefore, you need to make sure you don't leave anything distracting or compromising in front of the camera. Of course, this is only relevant if you're not planning to use these elements as components of your broadcast. Now let's talk about how you can add your webcam to the scene. Open OBS, click plus in the sources box. Select Video Capture Device. Give it a name, for example webcam, and click OK. In the menu that appears, select your camera as a device. Change the resolution if needed, and click OK again. There is one important issue here. If you don't want the sound captured by the webcam mic to go live, you need to mute it by clicking the speaker symbol next to the Video Capture Device slider. Next, we change the size and place the webcam image on the scene. The whole world will see you on your next stream. That's everything. This was Stream School. Bye.